Last season ended in dramatic fashion, with new teams breaking into the top of the competitive ranks. Now, after a dizzying offseason of team changes and intense practice, the top players in the world are back to compete for the title of MLG champion. 3 days of live coverage starts right now. It's the MLG Friday Night Kickoff.
And we're really determined and we're addicted to winning, so we're just going to keep, trying to get the #1 spot. I still have not accomplished what I want to do. I want to be the best. I want people to know that I'm the best at this field game.
I do think I'm the best overall player competing right now.
I always have the same drive to win. I'm just a really competitive person. I hate losing, and I hate not winning.
Goes up for the no-scope. Straight ripping. Yep, there's one. And the no-scope from Naden. For the double, the triple. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
MLG Friday Night Kickoff.
Hello and welcome to Orlando, Florida. We're coming at you for the first stop of the 2010 season. And guys, we are super excited. I'm Chris Puckett, and joining me tonight, Scott Lacier and D-Mac. Guys, how you feeling?
Awesome, Chris. Do you hear this crowd? It's incredible.
It's a new season. It's the same game, new season, new teams. I'm very excited.
It's so loud in here, I just had to turn up D-Mac. And guys, we got to talk about last season a little bit. Now, D-Mac, last season we saw our top teams triggers down and straight rip and basically dominate the regular season. But in the end, it was Believe the Hype and Classic in the finals. None of our top 3 teams were in the finals. What happened?
What really stood out to me last season was the level of competition, the new pool of players that emerged. You saw players from Dynasty, from Believe the Hype, really start to upset some of the top teams. And that's what really we saw all of last season, the growth all over. We even saw it at the Combine in a really good noob. People are starting to get really good at this game, and that's going to be a lot better Halo.
And Scott, and what could quite possibly be the last season of Halo 3, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the level of competition, Chris. I mean, we've seen Final Boss get revamped. We see a new, fresh straight ripping. We have a different triggers down. All our top 10 teams are different. I'm just so eager to see how this event starts off.
And now, guys, since last season, coming into this season, all of our top 10 teams coming in with fresh rosters. Why all the changes, D-Mac?
Well, I think by year 3, you basically have it figured out how you want to play the game of Halo 3, and that's exactly what happened here. A lot of teams finally figured out those little kinks that they had to make, and they wanted to do it in the offseason where they have plenty of time to practice, get everything down, be ready for the season opener.
All right, well, the 4 teams we're going to be checking out tonight, they all made roster changes as well. Coming up later on tonight, we're going to see Final Boss, our 7th seed, take on the 10th seeded Darkest Hour. But right now, coming up on the Friday Night Kickoff, we have Status Quo facing off against Heaven and Earth. And right now, Julie's on the floor with Ace from Status Quo.
Yes, thank you, Puckett. I am here with Ace. Now, you guys have a lot of momentum coming in from the land, so how do you translate that into this championship weekend?
Well, we're just going to try to keep, our focus and concentration up as the most we can, and then we'll just ride on that.
What would you say is the biggest difference between competing in the land and competing here in Orlando?
The biggest difference would have to be probably definitely the audience and basically everybody watching.
Do you feel intimidated with all these guys watching you?
Not that much, no.
Not even when they scream really loud?
Nope. Just still play the same.
All right, what goals have you guys set for yourselves this weekend?
Our goals are just to take it one game at a time and play our best every single game.
Okay, excellent. Well, good luck to you. Chris Puckett, up to you.
Ace is the man. Perfect answers. He's ready to play, obviously.
He's focused.
And that's the way you have to approach a tournament, is one game at a time. You can't overlook anyone. You see a lot of big-seeded teams overlook a lot of teams, and they get upsetted.
They're going to take it one game at a time, and they're going to need to, because the team they're playing against, D-Mac, lots of firepower, Heaven and Earth looking good at this event. And right now, we have Julie down on the floor, sitting next to the 2009 national champion, the new member of Heaven and Earth, Clutch.
Thanks, Puckett. I am here with Clutch, who just took a sip. So you're fresh off a national championship win with Believe the Hype. So what made you choose this team?
I saw a lot of potential in the individual skill. And I knew if we just worked on stuff and built chemistry off the individual skill, that we could be a top team in no time.
And what advantages does your team have now with 2 national champions on your team?
The advantages are a lot of leadership. We know how to play the game. We've shown it. And we obviously know what we're doing. So the other 2 obviously listen to us, and it works.
Okay, well, they have to follow the leaders. Now, you guys have an extremely tough bracket ahead. You're facing off with Status Quo. If it goes as planned for you guys, then you're going to go against Triggers Down. So what is basically your strategy going into tonight?
Try and make it at least like the basement as possible, and we should be okay.
All right, well, good luck to you. Chris, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Julie Clutch.
The basement?
The basement is where Status Quo always performs. So he's basically saying that as long as it's not like the basement, they're going to destroy him because they've never competed at it.
I'm so happy you're here because I was lost. All right.
I got that.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for the pregame discussion. We're going to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're kicking off the series. Status Quo takes on Heaven and Earth. Stay tuned.